All right, this is going to be part 9 now of the all skills tutorial. I'm going to be covering the short Dreamnail cutscene as well as going over how to fight the Watcher Knight boss with the current layout. So you've just done your /skip that allowed you to exit early. That simply went as using / to break the crystals. Sorry, the D-Dark crystal. And then you hazard warp to get up here. And then during the item pickup, you are going to crystal heart out. Once you've done that, you can crystal heart here, and then inventory drop into this fall. As you're falling, hold right, and as soon as you're actionable, you can just spam dash to fall down here. Then once again, crystal dash, you're going to be using it a lot for the rest of the run until you make it to this point. Now, there's one soft lock with the Dreamer cutscene beginning that I need to talk about, and it's that if you interact with the pedestal while you are at the end of a fall or in the middle of a dash, the game will soft lock you in an infinite falling animation. So the way to avoid that is as you approach, you'll stop your C dash around here, dash, and then make sure you take a couple, like, it doesn't have to be a lot, like this is exaggerated, but dash and then walk a tiny bit before you inspect it. This entire part is just mashing. Obviously, it'll be significantly faster if you are mashing with Chinese text, but I have everything on English for the sake of debug mod and the tutorial. So you mash through the text and watch this cutscene. There's one more text here, and then you're going to spam your keys to wake up here. Once you do, immediately dash off an inventory drop. What this does is it spawns the seer more quickly and saves you 1 second on the load list timer. There's one slightly harder strat you can do for the Dreamnail cutscene, which I'm going to go over now. The hitboxes for the Dream platforms are there just as the seer moves, even if they're not visually there yet. So if you jump and dash at the right time, you can land on them as they're spawning in and continue along through the cutscene a little bit faster. It is risky, however, because if you miss the dash, you're losing about 11 to 12 seconds because you have to wait the whole cutscene for the seer to spawn again. The way I do this is I line up my front horn on this little diamond here at the front. Then as soon as the seer begins to move, I do a slightly forward jump and then dash. As soon as I dash, I just buffer another jump and continue along. So I'm only going to show this once. You can experiment with it as much as you'd like, but it's a minimal amount of time save. That's pretty tight. All right, so I actually missed it there. So basically the point is, I can actually cover the beginner strat now, is you land on this platform as it's spawning, so then you can jump and continue through the rest of the cutscene as normal. The beginner strat, you can just wait here right at the edge, and then as soon as you see the platform, you can, you can just dash and wall jump into them as normal and climb your way up. You can either do it that way, or you can jump up like this, whichever you're most comfortable with. So yeah, once again, that's either jump and dashing into the platforms like that, or jumping up them normally. I'm going to try to show the advanced strat again. So as I spawn in, I line up here. I think the seer stole. Okay, I have to dunk to make the seer spawn. So yeah, lining up there. All right, so I'm not getting it right now, but it's a minor time save. If you want a clip of it, check out the Discord. After that, what you're going to be doing is, whether you jumped or did the slightly faster dashing strat, you're going to head up and just keep dashing wherever you're comfortable. So like here, you can fit in 2 dashes. And then as soon as you land here, you're going to jump back and climb your way up on top of this like roof. From here, you can crystal dash throughout most of the whole cutscene. There's one other strat here that's a slight amount of time save. You can let yourself go all the way until you hit here, similar to how we did in the dark room for the intermediate strat, and then dash under and get a slightly but not too bad wall jump on this lower platform. All right, I was too busy talking. But basically, you want to go under this platform and get that wall jump. Alternatively, if that wall jump makes you nervous, you can just cancel your C dash and land on one of these 2 platforms. So I'm going to head back and do the C dash one more time. Just like that. And yeah, once again, if that's uncomfortable, you can either stop the C dash back here or stop it on one of these 2 platforms. And then you, whichever strat you choose, you continue dashing your way through and you have a chat with the seer to pick up your dream nail. So this cutscene's going to play. You just mash through the prompt when you get the chance. And as soon as the screen fades to white, you are going to mash pause. And now finally, we are going to be save quitting back to that bench in the Watcher Spire. So it's very important that up until this point, you hadn't taken any benches so that we can save quit back to there. As soon as you wake up, we are going to head to Watcher Night. So start up a crystal dash and head over here. Once again, you're going to have to move through the dark room. I went over how to go through this dark room in the earlier portion of the run when we went through here. So if you need a refresher, go back to there. The movements are the exact same. So this time you're going to exit out of the right, and we need to get 3 hits of soul off of this flying husk here. So you can do this however you like. Try your best not to take damage, but if you do, it's not a huge deal. You can heal later. But I'm going to show one way to do it, and then you can figure out whatever works for you. So that was pretty quick, but as long as you're getting your 3 hits of soul, however you get it doesn't matter. As you head up, crystal dash out of this elevator. There's no need to send this one down because we need to ride it later. If you send it down, you'll have to call it back up because it actually blocks the exit. And then this one you can ignore by just going up the wall faster than the elevator actually moves. Here, you can go up to this corner and use that soul that we just collected to break the breakable ceiling, like that. This will allow us to go up to the chandelier, which kills one of the Watcher Knights for us ahead of time. After that, you can fall down from the chandelier and dash into here. And make sure to get a Dream Nail that hits 2 of the Watcher Knights at the same time. Then the fight starts once you pass, I think, the edge of this knight here. This fight, if you play it right, should never be particularly scary, but especially for a beginner, it can be. So I'm just going to go over the strats that make this fight a little bit easier. So first things first, you start the fight and then move to the left of this Watcher Knight. And that's because it spawns facing to the right. So it'll force it to turn around, which loses it some time. And then also, if it does roll towards you, there's less space to the left, so you can chase it more easily. As it's spawning, you want to time a Dream Nail to fill up your soul. Now, in order to kill one knight, it takes about 2.5 Descending Darks. And so ideally what we want to do is, as soon as we've hit our Dream Nail, we want to jump over it and use Descending Dark. If it doesn't roll, we can just spam Descending Dark and we'll be entirely invincible throughout the entire time. Because on this earlier patch, 1.2.2.1, your Descending Dark iframes don't go away when you use it a second time. So we jump over it, and it didn't roll, so as you can see, I just spammed Descending Dark to kill it. If it does the either rolling attack, your best bet is to probably just follow it and then do your following 2 Descending Darks, which should kill it. After you've killed it, you're going to move over to these 2 knights. There's 2 strats here. I'm just going to go over the harder one. If you're newer, I'll suggest an alternative. But I personally line myself up with the inside edge of this knight, and then as soon as I see my screen shake from this knight spawning, I start a Dream Nail. And I do 2 Dream Nails in a row. The first one just hits this knight, and the second buffered Dream Nail hits both. This will fill up my soul. Okay, so I did it a little bit early there. I'm probably going to just reset the fight so I can show that properly. So once again, the first knight, just get a Dream Nail. And you can spam your Descending Dark if it doesn't roll. So as you can see, with the properly timing the Dream Nails, you're going to get full soul here. If this knight begins to swing at you with its sword, you need to dash out of the way like I did. If you get this bouncing RNG, it can be bad if it decides to bounce very far. If it only bounces a little bit, this is quite good actually, because the knights then stack on top of each other and we can try to do our Descending Darks again. For the most part though, the strategy for this fight is just chase both knights, fill up soul if you need it, and then try to Descending Dark both of them. Unlike any percent, it's actually pretty nice to be in the corner because it prevents them from moving away and escaping your Descending Darks. You get so much iframes from them that you shouldn't ever really be at a risk. So as you can see there, I killed one of them. The other one didn't die, so I just filled up on soul again and used Descending Dark. Then, for these second knights, there's a couple things you can do. Generally, as this one spawns, you want to be over here to Dream Nail it. And then instead of doing a second Dream Nail, you can just start hitting with nail hits. And if it doesn't go for a roll attack, you want to get to the left side. And that'll bait both of them to come into this corner, which will let you do as many Descending Darks as you need to kill them. Just like that. And that's actually the entire fight. They're a pretty big pushover in this category that basically just involves spamming Descending Dark. I'll do the whole fight maybe twice more just to have more examples for anyone who's interested. There's a slight optimization. If you get good RNG on this first knight, that looks like that. If both of your first 2 Descending Darks hit and the Watcher Knight is in the middle of a nail attack, you can just do a nail fireball and it'll kill it a little bit faster than if you do another Descending Dark. And then once again, be ready here with your Dream Nail. And then you want to just spam your Descending Dark as much as possible. There's the fight once again. Let's do it one more time and then continue on. I've gotten good RNG every time on the first night. Maybe I can get an example where I get poor RNG. Yeah, so if it does this, you can wait for it and do another Descending Dark, or you can try to do one right next to it. If this knight rolls away immediately like it did, your best option is to do what I just did. You're going to dash over to the wall so that you don't accidentally fall onto it. And then as soon as it rolls away, you want to shoot a Shade Soul. And this Shade Soul will actually triple hit it for even more damage than one Descending Dart could do. So while it does move away from you, which is unfortunate time-wise, you deal a lot of damage to it. So when it comes back, you should be able to kill it almost immediately. And there's the fight once again. Once you've defeated them, you can head over here, and then you are going to begin to climb your way up. And head over to Lurien. We grabbed the Geo Chest on the way down because it's a little bit faster. Here, you are going to hit the elevator, and then as soon as you clear this little lip, we're going to send it down as usual because we can climb much faster than the elevator can go. So this is simply just mashing wall jump. Once you see the third Lurien statue, you can wall jump over to it because there's a little ceiling here. So you can either wall jump over to this statue here, like this, or you can do a little bit of a tight wall jump around the lip. Oops. Like that. And then finally, we will make our way to Lurien. Once you enter the dream, there's two ways of getting to Lurien. The dash method is like fractions of a second faster, which just looks like this. However, if you do that, there's a risk of you falling down here. So if you're worried about hitting this dash timing, then I would just recommend doing the significantly easier strat, which is simply using Crystal Heart to get over. After that, hit Lurien until this exploding animation happens, and then hold focus as quickly as possible. Once you get surrounded by it, you can let go of focus, and then you're just going to mash your keys to skip the cutscene immediately. That's the first of our Dreamers, and that's going to be it for this video. In the next video, we're going to cover all of the Isma skips as well as the Spike Tunnel skip.